Hello and welcome to your weekly reading with Siobhan Brady, Spiritual Mentor. And here we are, guys, in the midst of lockdown or lock-in or self-preservation and all of that that's going on globally. And some people are finding it quite difficult, especially when we're separated maybe from loved ones and things like that we can't be with them. But of course, we have to adhere to the regulations. I'm burning sage here because I feel there's a need for the sage to be burning while I'm doing this. So I'm being reminded also as well that today is Monday, the 30th, I think, today, of March. So basically, we are very soon entering into a new month, right? So, and we had the clocks changing at the weekend and springing forward, as it were. And I sent out healing on Friday night, and there was a lot of significance put on the fact that the clocks were changing, that we were going forward, that we're springing forward. And we've got to go with this now, guys. We have got to move with the way the energy is bringing us. And I know we feel, okay, well, I can't do that. And I'm standing still here. I'm stuck wherever I am. But absolutely, you're actually moving internally. And this is what we've got to understand. And I did make reference to on Friday night as well, that the collective energy that I was feeling as I was working and sending out the healing was very, Saturday night actually, yeah, was very beautiful, but quite, that there would be a lot of shifting, purging, and a lot of people messaged me afterwards with regards to the word purging, and it's to expel, to let go, to release. And we'd often use that as healers. We would often say, you know, we were purging. So it can be anger, it can be emotion, it can be going to the bathroom, it can be just feeling pains and aches shift through your body. And on Saturday night, when I went to bed, it would have been 1 a.m. and then the clock changed, so it was 2 a.m. and I slept right through until 10:15 Sunday morning, which is kind of unheard of for me. And now these days, since you know, the spiritual path, I wake kind of early, so I slept right through, and I woke with a feeling of the collective heaviness. And I went into a place then where I was listening to some things on Facebook and other things that I was looking at, these mandatory vaccines and how it's been accepted now in places like Denmark and stuff like that. And I cried. My whole essence cried for what the world could become if we don't take the necessary steps that we need to make as light workers, as people watching this. You're watching this for a reason, you know, that we have to maintain our level of spirituality. We have to maintain our light. We have to stay above all of this in order for the world to change. Because what's happening at the moment, yes, there is change, but yes, it will become a world of high dependency if it keeps going the way that it's going. So we've got to use this time so wisely to take us higher rather than keep us where we are or bring us lower. So it's so important that we really, really focus on staying in who we truly are at this time. No matter what way you think, that's fine. That's up to you. But from where I'm sitting and from my perspective and where I am, I want to rise, and I want to keep rising, and I want to make sure that anybody who watches my things or tunes into what I do, again, that's, you know, if you do or you don't, that's up to you. And if you're watching this, well, obviously you're following me for a reason. So I want to make sure that we're all rising, and I'm playing my part in what God is asking me to do in this pandemic and in this world and in this time and every day. So it's not just because there's a pandemic that I would speak like this. I speak like this all the time about raising our vibrations and being up there and taking on what comes at me all the time, including my own shit, as I do call it. You know, we all have it. We all have stuff we're dealing with. The fear rises in us all, and it's up to us then whether we whether we deal with that fear or whether we allow ourselves to fall into it. So important at this time. So just keep clearing and thinking of this as the, you know, the clearing, and we can focus on the debts and the fear and all of that as well. And that's, it's not that I'm saying that that's not there, but if we keep falling into that and you know, focusing on it, well, then we can you know, our vibrations get lower and lower and lower. So rather than focusing on that, if we keep focusing on how we can, what we can do to change this, and what we can do to change this for the future, and you know, the world that we have to live in. So what sort of a world do we want to live in? Do we want a world where that can happen at any time, and where we will be dependent on what we can do and say, and how we can act, and what we can, all of these things? We have to have the right to be able to live the way we want to live without being under an umbrella of do's and don'ts, and you know, within reason, obviously. So we've got to be very careful and raise the vibration of this planet. And the help is here. The help has been coming, and the higher power is at play. But today, I was talking to God, as I do every day, and I don't put out as many posts now on Facebook with God Speaks, but He speaks to me every day. And if He was pushing me to put the posts out, I would indeed put the posts out. But today, I was talking to God, and He said, you know, the miracles people are asking for, and you know, I feel very emotional now as I go to share this with you, but the miracles that people are asking for, and there's huge fear, yeah, and people are waiting for God to come and wipe this clean. And God is trying His best to be heard. And man, woman, whatever, humans, we have turned this world into what it is. Right now, let's not just say that, you know, we're all playing our part, but there are some people at the core of this who are orchestrating everything. And it is up to us now as the people to fight back against the people, because God's not doing this. God is not creating this. God has not created all the unrest and the fear and everything like that. God doesn't come from fear. God comes from love. But He is allowing this to play out so that we will learn and that we will make a stand. And He's telling us we are the miracles that we have been waiting for. So take action. It's time to take action. And He's full of love and everything like that. But it's the same with our angels, and our angels stand by and they watch us make mistakes, and they see how we have to learn from what we're doing or what we're, you know, feeling and all of that. They can't intervene unless we ask for help. So it's time to turn towards love, and then the lessons that we're learning from this, you know, we got to use our energy in the right way. And if our energy is in fear, well, then that's just keeping God away. And you know, ego and fear go hand in hand, and ego edges God out, and you know, fear also keeps God out. And so we gotta start, you know, really be more humane to ourselves and to each other, and stop, you know, being so ready to criticize and jump down people's throats. And we've got to start being more loving and kind and seeing the bigger picture here. It's like, are we focusing on what's playing out, which is, there's one card for this week. Are we focusing on what's playing out here, which of course, yes, that's where everybody, that's where they want us to focus. Are we focusing on that, or are we focusing on where it's coming from and how to do something about it? No matter what, when it comes to any form of healing, yes, you deal with what is happening and what is playing out now, but ultimately you have to go back to the core of where it started and why is it there in the first place. This is what we got to be thinking of. So I have, card has fallen out there for Monday, Tuesday of this week. And guys, you know what? Here's Wednesday, Thursday. I'm enjoying this time, I have to say. I'm enjoying this time where I'm getting to spend some time really looking at myself today. I feel very lethargic today, despite having slept really, really long again. There's a lot shifting in me. I felt it the other night, as I said, when I was sending out the healing, and the physical, then the emotional that I felt yesterday. And a lot of it's collective, but it's my own stuff too. So it's happening for us all, but we got to go with it. We really do. And this one is after kind of sliding up there. And so excuse me. I belch when I'm releasing energy from myself or other people. Now, just as I was putting the deck back down on the table here, I was told to look at the bottom card. And this is it. Now, you know, this can go, what is there to celebrate at the moment? There's nothing really to celebrate, is there? But there is. We're here. We're alive. We have our health. We're learning. And we have chosen to be here at this time of huge change in the world. Whereas right now, it doesn't seem that positive. But we have chosen to be here to play our part in whatever way that will turn out. So guys, I would say to you, choose wisely here. For yourself, for your families, and for the world, and what's coming behind us. You know, we're here in this time. We have children, you know, hopefully they go on to have children. So what sort of a world do we want for them? Do we want them living in a world where it's oppressed and fearful and everything, or do you want them to be in a free world where they feel happy and blessed and know and are awake and aware? So, and yes, there is reason to celebrate because we will come through this. So, and when we do, let's remember what's important and what we're thinking about and focusing at this time. Because this is it, you know. We sit in these places and we're thinking, oh yeah, yeah. And then we just, when things start to change, we just carry on as we did before. But we can't do that. We gotta change, guys. We really do. And the celebrations will be worthy of that change. Okay, so Monday, Tuesday, okay, so today and tomorrow, right? So I have been doing a lot more meditation, I have to say. I've been, you know, I'm using the time wisely and getting some lovely insights into myself, and also the energy that's coming in with me. A lot of Lemurian energy coming in with me, and I'm getting a lot of downloads with regards to that and the higher dimensions. And this is what I'm saying, the light is here. The help is here. We've got to wake up and see that the help is here. So take time out. And I know that sounds very strange to consider, because it's like, well, we have no flipping choice, have we? But use it wisely, you know. And meditation can be, you know, my daughter just went for a little walk there over to the school. You know, that's her time. She just wants to go out and take in some air. And we went together yesterday and stuff like that. And we need that time. And like I woke this morning and I meditated, and then I fell back to sleep and slept late, which was great again, because it's needed, because we are getting ready. We are being prepared in this time. Okay, and I'm not going to go into a whole pile of other conspiracy theories as about what's going on, but use this time now to really connect inwards. So whether that's with you, obviously with your higher self and your soul, or whether you want to connect more with God or your angels or the galactic energy or the, you know, your starseed families, whatever that may be, or if it's just as simple, I just need peace and quiet. Well, that's okay too. But make sure you're allowing yourself that time, but not a time where you're just sitting in front of a TV or something. You know, just give yourself even 5 minutes where you kind of go, okay, I'm just going to take 5 minutes out of everything for myself. It's so important. So that's today and tomorrow. And I know I can hear people laughing, going, yeah, sure, we've no choice. That's what we're all doing. Yeah, but use it wisely. Use the time wisely. See, Wednesday, Thursday. It's tough, guys. It is tough. I feel the emotion. I feel the uncertainty, obviously, and the fear, and you know, there's so many things being said, and you know, and we're fearful for our loved ones, and any, you know, elderly loved ones, or indeed anybody who's displaying any symptoms in any way. You know, of course, nobody wants to see anybody getting sick, but call out, reach out, ask. And that's what I said. I'm here for people too. I'm still taking clients online, healings and readings for guidance, anything like that that you need. And from next week, Tuesday the 7th, I presume we'll still be in lockdown. I'm taking anybody on a donation basis, just on the Tuesdays from the 7th on, each Tuesday, anybody who would need guidance or healing, and I will take that. I will take that on donation or exchange terms for anyone who's really in need. But you are supported. But make sure that you're asking. This is the thing. We have to ask for the help from God and the angels, because we have free will. And even though they're there, they don't always intervene unless it's a matter of life and death. And so let's ask for that support, and be really sure that you have that support. Also as well, just coming in there, but making sure that you're keeping yourself anchored, you know, in the earth, but also then being very much connected to the higher power, because we don't want anybody going down into the place of, and watch out for your family even, and your friends and who you're talking to make sure that people are able to cope with this, and you know, that we can offer support. There's so much support we can offer. We don't have to do it there in person, one-to-one. It can be done by phone call or reaching out, or even a video call with our loved ones, and all of that. And it's so important that we do that, okay? And then we have for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And now what they're saying here to me is that things are turning, okay? Things are turning. Now, it's going to take a few months for all of this to sort itself out, but things are turning. So we will start to see the turn, right? And yes, there will be new measures and everything that will have to come into play with all of this, but watch out now for the signs. And people are waking up. And this has also been a big wake-up call. So really and truly, guys, you need to be kind of opening your eyes here a bit more. So watch out for the signs that you have been seeing and maybe ignoring. Watch out, because there are going to be more and more of them coming. But things are on the turn. Things are changing, and you need to trust that, okay? You need to trust, guys, more than ever now. And pray. Ask for help, ask for guidance, and trust this, you know, trust your gut instincts. I was reading something yesterday where a couple of people were talking about how they're kind of taking themselves out, you know, of, you know, stepping back from everything so that they can keep their vibration high. And it's very important that we all do that at this time, because when your vibration is higher, then your immune system is higher. So fear and all of that brings you down, brings your immunity down, makes you weaker, makes you more susceptible to bugs and viruses and all that. Whereas if we keep ourselves up there and looking after ourselves and staying positive and drinking lots of water and eating well and all of that, and getting the little bit of fresh air that we can now, you know, within, you know, just out for 5-10 minutes, and, you know, making sure that we're doing everything possible for ourselves, well then obviously that's keeping us raised and our vibrations raised, and then in turn we're not taking on anything. So it's so important. And watch out also for the signs that you have so much help available to you, and see the light that we have all around us. And I know I did this last week as well, but it's coming in again very strong here, that we pray to end this reading. And I would like to say the Our Father, but if there's another prayer that you wish to say for yourself when you're watching this or at any time, that's entirely up to you. But I'd just like to say, dear God, we reach out to you from our hearts. We ask you for your blessings. And we ask you for all the guidance that we need at this time in order to understand what is happening in this world, and in order to understand who we are and the part that you are asking us to play in this going forward. in this world for ourselves, our children, our families, and for each other, and how we can overcome and learn from this, dear God. We know you have allowed this to play out for a reason, and we are here honoring you in that and honoring ourselves by staying indoors, but we are also wanting to learn what the purpose of this all is for going forward. And we ask you, dear God, in all of your wisdom and your love for us, to show us the way. And we are willing, dear God, to follow you. We are willing to do whatever you ask of us, for we know you hold us all in the palm of your hand, and we are willing to show you how much we trust in you. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. May you all be blessed. May you all be well. And may you all be happy in your hearts. And I will see you all again next week. And please check in with my Facebook page, as I do send out healing at times, and I probably will be sending it out this week whenever God calls on me to do so. And I'm very happy to send it anywhere. And also, if you need to get in contact with me for any reason, please do so. So God bless you all, and see you next week.